So let's just revisit what we have discussed yesterday. So we started understanding the role of business analyst. So mainly business analyst, what does he do? He basically captures the requirements, gathers the requirements, and then clarify the requirement, capture the requirement, and do the necessary documentation and communicate with the tech team, and then tech team will do this, right? So till now, you understood, right? So what is requirement gathering and what is user story? Those kind of things you understood, correct? Right? Yes. Okay, perfect. So now let's just revisit it. Let's just revisit what did we discuss. So as you know, business analyst is a person who deals with the stakeholders, tech team, and acts as a bridge between them. So now understand a basic difference between business analyst and business analysis. Okay. So business analyst is a person who basically gathers the requirements, right? So what is business analysis? So for example, let's take for instance, your clients are just telling there are a lot of payment failures in the gateway. For example, when there is an application, when the users are checking it out, when they are making certain payments, they are not able to make the payment and lot of failures are getting. Okay, that is what they are telling. So then business analysis will be done. What exactly they will do? Identify what are the problems, why these payment issues are happening, and then they try to solve it. So that is your difference between a business analyst and business analysis. So business analysis investigates the problems and then try to provide the solutions. For example, there is a lot of issue with the payment gateway, or you need to increase with the load. So those kind of solutions, business and after doing analysis, we'll be providing. Next. So understand there is a certain process of doing this particular thing. We call it a software development life cycle. So this software development life cycle basically tells how a software or application is built. So the first and foremost important thing in software development life cycle is requirement, gathering the requirement. So in this gathering the requirement, like you basically understand with the client, connect with the client, gather the requirement, clarify your doubt. Everything you do it in this first step. Okay. So yesterday we did right. We took an example of hospital onboarding doctors to a hospital management registration portal. I mean, registering the doctors into the hospital portal. So you got one liner as a requirement. You got one liner as a requirement. So after you got one liner as a requirement, what did you do? You started analyzing the requirement, and whatever the queries you have, you basically posted those queries to the client, and then client has responded it. Then your requirement is clear to you. Then what did you do? You will prepare a basic document, correct? Call it as BRD. So that is what we're gonna do in your requirement stage. So then once the requirement is captured, once all the requirement is clear, then what you're gonna do? You will be doing into analysis phase. So here in analysis phase, your tech architect basically build the infrastructure, right? What kind of database we need to use, what kind of architecture we need to use, how the data should flow from one system to another system. Your tech architect will give you the plan. So then you will prepare certain documentation. This is your analysis phase. Now, once that is done, you will be giving this requirements to your tech team, and then they start writing it into, I mean, the code or the logic. So that is your design phase, design and development phase. Then once the development is done, we will release it to QA team, and then QA people will do the testing. And once that is tested and approved, then only we will give it to the client. So this is a process which we basically follow. This is called a software development lifecycle. We have 6 phases: gather requirements, analysis, coding, testing, deployment, and maintenance. For example, you hand over it to the client. You did the handover. After the handover, the client is having some issues, or the customers are facing some issues. For example, we hand out yesterday's requirement like doctor registration portal. So in doctor registration portal, now doctors are unable to upload profile picture. Now client will come back to you or client will come back to go to any other company to fix this.
Come back to us. Like
They'll come back to us.
They'll come back to us, right? So here what we gonna do? We will check what is the issue which is happening, right? And then we basically fix it. Okay. So that is called as maintenance test. Give me a second, please. I'm back, guys. So that is called as your um, SDLC. So SDLC is nothing but software development lifecycle, where it basically tells about how a software or an application is developed. So it is not like once you get this requirement, you directly go to the development and all. There is certain procedure. We will have a clear discussion on this on a high level. On a high level, I'm just telling you that on a high level, I'm just telling you about this SDLC. So SDLC is a fundamental thing, whether you are as a business analyst, you are there, or data analyst, you are there, you just need to learn. So SDLC is very important. So if you are working into product side, then we have something called PDLC, product development lifecycle. If we are into project side or we are building an application or software, we have something called SDLC, called as software development lifecycle. So software development lifecycle is your L1 interview question. They will ask you directly, do you have any idea about SDLC? Then you need to explain what is required, what is the process, like gathering the requirements, then analysis, then coding, then testing, then deployment and maintenance. Detailed notes and all I'll start giving you from Monday, so that you can start you can start writing your interview notes. So this is about SDLC. So now the main difference between business analyst and data analyst, you might have some doubts. Okay, so let me explain you here itself. So here there are different roles which you can apply after the course, you can try for. So the first one is, we call it as functional BA. So in the business analyst categories, we have different roles. So the first one is your functional BA, then technical BA, then techno-functional BA. So what is this functional BA does? So functional BA basically works on projects similar to creation of mobile application, okay, web application, or PWA, or some supporting projects. Okay. So as you know, to build any application, who are the stakeholders required? We required a business team, we required a tech team. Without giving requirement, you will not be able to create any application. Correct? Yes or no? If there is no requirement, you cannot create any application or you cannot build any software. So first is requirement. So requirement, we will get it from the stakeholders. So now this BA who works on this kind of projects, like create an web application, mobile application development, PW application development, and support projects. So the business analyst who works on this project, we call them as functional BAs. So to become functional BA, you no need of required any coding skills. Coding skills absolutely not at all required. Okay. So what is your work? This is the requirement. You will understand the requirement, solve your queries, document the requirements, and explain it to the tech team. Now you see this application flipkart.com. Now you see right here we have Flipkart, here we have travel, here we have grocery. So who will define these requirements? Right? You're getting my point? You can see how many services we have: fashion, we have mobiles, we have different categories, right? Who will decide this requirement? Business analyst will basically define this, finalize this once we get a requirement. Now, Flipkart client is asking us to build an application where the users will be able to buy the products. That is the requirement you will be getting from the client side. Now, business analyst will basically ask the queries based on the requirements. He tried to specify the results. The whatever the web application you are seeing, without having documentation, without having specifications, will the developers be able to build? How the developers will understand travel should come here, travel should have this kind of symbol, grocery should come here, grocery should have this kind of symbol. So everything will be defined by business analyst. So understand, without VA there is no application or there is no software which is built. Okay, so now a functional BA is a person who works on this kind of projects. So for this functional BA role, no coding skills required, no technical skills needed, no database skills required. So I will suggest this role for a people who are from non-IT background, or who wants to switch career from non-IT to IT, or who are not having any exposure towards any related to technical skills. So this is what your functional BA role is. They mostly focus on this. So I'll just show you. Let's open naukri.com. So I'll just click on jobs and then you can select business analyst. Okay, business analyst requirement gathering, BRT, user stories. Okay, leave about the location. See the job description. Collaborate with cross-functional teams to identify business requirements and develop solutions. Conduct market research and analyze data to inform business decisions. Development and maintain relationship with the stakeholders to understand their needs and priorities. Create and present reports to senior managements. Identify and mitigate risks associated with business operations. Develop and implement progress improvements to increase efficiency and productivity. So anywhere did they mention you required SQL, you required Power BI, you required database skills?
No.
No, right? So here they are mostly focusing on functional BA role. Functional BA role. Okay. So let me just show you. Let us just pick some other thing. AI business analyst. I will discuss about this also. AI business analyst. Okay. So strong domain in finance and accounting or banking and insurance, domain knowledge, end-to-end process automation, knowledge of AI and machine learning concepts, experience if there are anything SAP and all. If you see here, they're expecting they're expecting for you to have knowledge of generative AI and machine learning. So in machine learning, what will be there? You need to understand about the databases. You need to have some basics of Python, right? So not required Python also, at least database and Power BI, you need to have some knowledge. So that is what they were expecting here. So this is which role this is? This is technical BA role. This is for technical BA. Okay. Let me just pull some other thing. Or what I'll do. Let's keep 3 years as well. Same. This is functional BA role. 0 to 5 years of experience. This is 1 to 3 years. This is completely a functional BA role. Completely a functional BA role. It is very clear. Then I will do one thing. What I will do, I'll add SQL. Power BI. Now you can see what is that they have identified. They told we required for technical BA. So technical BA, what now we understood the role of functional BA. Can I move to technical BA?
Yes.
So for non-IT bank, for a functional BA, generally the packages will be for 3 to 4 years of experience, around 8 to 10 lakhs. Okay. Now coming to technical BA. So here, this person, this technical BA will work on database. SQL, any database like MySQL, it can be PostgreSQL or Snowflake, anything. Snowflake, any one database, you need to have some knowledge. So this guy will be working on database migrations. For example, projects like data related projects. For example, data related projects are nothing but database migrations. For example, you are using SQL database. Now you want to move your data from SQL to PostgreSQL. For example, you have your iPhone is your database, your phone is your database. Now you want to migrate your device from an iOS to Android. So you need to transfer your data, right? That is nothing but database migration, data migration. Here we are doing one database to another database completely migration. So this kind of work the technical BA will be doing. Not only this, extracting the data from database. If you see here, analyzed large data sets and preparing the detailed reports. So what reports? Power BI reports. Okay. So these kind of work your technical BA will be doing. Now the clients ask, for example, you are working on a hospital healthcare. How many doctors registered? How many doctors registered for the last 6 months? Now what you need to do? You need to go to your database and write the query and get the report, and you have to prepare some Power BI reports or anything, or they want a dashboard to see number of doctors, number of consultations have happened on daily basis, weekly basis, monthly basis, yearly basis. Now you need to write the query and then make a Power BI report so that the clients can basically see that report. You're understanding, right? What I'm trying to say?
Yes.
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 So, for example, for 3 to 4 years, here you can expect some 12 to 14 LPA package. Now, techno-functional BA, combination of both. Combination of both. So here you can expect more than 16. So that is what the difference role you can apply. See, you can apply for business analyst, you can apply for product analyst, you can apply for data analyst, you can apply for system analyst, lot of roles. You can try for scrum master, you can try for project management if you have that experience, if your resume matches. So all these things we can do, once the sessions are completed, course are completed, depending on the resume, I will suggest you whether you need to go for functional, whether you need to go for technical, whether you need to go for techno functional. Am I clear in this?
Yes.
Is it clear? Okay. So that is the difference between your business analyst and data analyst. So this technical BA also we will call it as data analyst. So what tools here we will be learning? We will be using SQL, Power BI. Some companies uses Tableau. Some company uses MySQL, PostgreSQL, anything, it works. More or less the queries are same, writing the logic is same, everything is same. So there is basically a tech BA will be working on the data related projects. Okay, is it clear? So now what are the key documentation BA does? As I discussed yesterday, BRD, FRD, SRS. There are something called non-functional requirements and also user stories. So as a business analyst, what are the tools you need to learn? You need to have, first and foremost important thing which you need to learn, documentation skills. So under documentation skills, VRD, FRD, SRS, NFR, non-functional requirements. Then you need to learn user stories, epics, bugs. Okay. Then the next one you need to have is domain knowledge. For example, we have retail, e-commerce, banking, capital markets, healthcare, right? BFSI, ESG, man, we have supply chain. So we have different domains. So in this, you need to good at least one or two domains you should be good at so that you need to understand. For example, what is the difference between retail and e-commerce? What is the difference between retail and e-commerce? If you have any idea, you can provide your input. Okay, I'll give you some idea. Lens cut. Do you have any idea about lens cut?
It's retail.
Okay, why it is retail? Why not e-commerce? DMart. Is it retail or e-commerce?
I think that comes under e-commerce.
Okay. What about Amazon? E-commerce or retail?
That's e-commerce.
E-commerce.
E-commerce. Why not retail?
Yeah.
Like they won't go to the department. It is not a departmental store, right? Like visiting person to person.
Okay. So e-commerce is nothing but only which has online presence.
Yes.
Retail, we have both offline and online. Agreed?
Okay.
Does it make sense? For example, if you
Yes.
take lens card you can buy it online or you can also buy it in the store,
Store.
offline store.
Yeah.
If you take Amazon, I cannot buy it offline. I can only order through online.
Online.
For
Website.
example, see this website Lenscart and let's take you have something called spec makers, right? There's something called spec makers. Yeah, specmakers.com. So, do you find any difference in the web application? What is the purpose of creating this website web application? We call it as web application. What is the main purpose of it? Okay, leave about this. Do you know Flipkart?
Yes.
Yes.
Do you know Mintra?
Yes.
Do you know Amazon?
Yes.
Is there any differences in the functionalities? I'm not speaking about the products. I'm asking about the functionality, features of an application.
It's the same.
More or less it is the same.
Yeah.
Flipkart అయిన the main purpose ఏంటంటే sellers ఉంటారు, sellers రిజిస్టర్ అవుతారు, sellers sell చేస్తారు. Flipkart is a middle man where buyers will buy the products from the sellers. Correct? Flipkart
Yes.
Yeah.
will handle the transaction. Amazon అయినా అంతే కదా.
Yeah.
Amazon is also the same. Amazon, there will be sellers, there will be buyers, they will do the same. Now tell me, if you know one application properly, what are the functionalities, what are the things and all, can't you explain any other project in retail? Can't you do any other project in retail?
We can.
You
Then.
can know it is same.
Yes.
End of the day, the main purpose of retail web application is to order, handling the orders and other things. Apart from this, no other functionality. Similarly, if you take something in healthcare, what is the main purpose? Main purpose is also to onboard the patients, doctor appointments, lab reports handling, and other things. So if you clearly know one application's functionalities, more or less everywhere it is same. So that is your domain knowledge. You should understand. For example, in retail or anything, what is a product? What is queue? What is inventory? Correct? These kind of domain knowledge you should know. So that I will train you. Then the next thing required is some tools which you need to learn. Like for documentation, we use MS Suite, I mean MS Office and all, or Google Suite we're gonna use, or Confluence, Zira. These tools we should learn. Similarly, for testing, UAT, manual testing, you should be learning. That is what I will cover. Why I will need to train you on testing. Testing is nothing, not so complex, guys. I will cover what is required for business analyst. For example, understand the scenario. Your developers, now you captured the requirements, you have prepared the documentation, now you have given to the developer. Now, before you give it to the client, from your side, is it fair to check whether it is working properly or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
What you will do? You will go to the website, you will try to log in. For example, this is a web application which we have built. So, what you're gonna do over here? Let's take user ID password, whether it is working or not. If I click on login with wrong credentials, it should show me invalid credentials. Yes, it is showing. So, this kind of basic testing as a business analyst, we will be doing to make sure that the functionalities are working properly. Once I log in, are this everything is clearly seen or not? So this is done by report Power BI. This is done by Power BI. You can see that chart has come right automatically. So that is done by Power BI. Okay. Understood? So whether this web, if I click on admin, whether admin page is loading or not, if I click on this particular, can I delete any admin or not? Everything you can basically check. Okay. So that is nothing but testing that you need to know. Got it? Is it clear? Manual testing and all. Then DB skills from SQL for BA. Just to understand what is database, what are tables, how to write the joins and all, not in a developer mode. So either you can go for technical BA or functional BA depending on your interest. Then for reports, we will use Power BI tool. Then very important right now, everywhere AI. We will be using lot of AI tools to make the work to its. Now understand, there is a difference between a traditional BA and AI BA. Market has moved from traditional BA versus AI BA. So what happens here in traditional BA? Traditional BA, let's take capture the requirement, captured the requirement, documented the requirement. This cycle, it took, let's take 7 days. Example I'm telling. 7 days it took from capturing the requirement to documenting the requirement. Now, if you say you have never used AI in your role, they will never take you. What AI business analyst will do, the same work, he'll be able to complete it in 2 days. Now, companies are getting benefited over here. The document is ready in 2 days. Now, developers, it will reach to the developers, and developers will be able to develop it faster now. Correct? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
So that is why we also cover AI tools so that you will be having lot of idea and you'll try to complete the work better and faster way. Okay. So I have covered that only over here. So Jira, Confluence. And one more thing. We will cover wireframes. We will do wireframes. So what is wireframe? It is nothing but a basic sketch how a website should look like. So we use either Figma or Balsamic. Okay. Then for process mapping and other things, process mapping, then activity diagrams and other things we will be creating as a business analyst. For that, we will be using tools like Lucid Chat or Draw.io. So these are the things which you need to know to become business analyst. If you know this, it is more than enough to become a business analyst. Nothing else required. Last one is very important. Not only for business analyst guys, any role right now, market is in such a way that if you are not able to speak up, it is very tough to sustain in the role. So you should be good at communication. Good at communication in the sense I'm not expecting a foreign accent. I'm expecting you should be able to express your views. Okay, when you are speaking with the client, with the team, anywhere, with your colleague, with your manager, you should be able to communicate it properly. That's it. That is what any role is expecting. Okay. So is this clear? Till now, are we good? Okay. So now, why BA? You understood what is BA and what are the tools or responsibilities, roles which you need to know to become business analyst. Now, why BA? You should understand. Now, I'll give you a simple example, guys. Very simple layman example. Now, yesterday we have discussed about constructing a house. Okay. Now, I have my house is at, I'll insert a table. Stage I'll mention, and let's take 0 to 3 years guy, or let's take 0 to 3 years guy, 3 to 3 plus years. Simple. So I have electrician here. It's in starting phase. Okay. Now I have electrician. Now I need to pay, let's take for this guy per day 500 rupees. This guy I need to pay 1500 rupees per day. Now, when the project is its starting phase, whom will you hire? Think from company point of view. Will you hire this person or will you hire this person?
Junior, like 0 to
Junior
3 years.
0.0 to 3 years.
Okay, project is in starting phase. I mean,
Yeah.
you're basically telling that when the house is in starting phase, electrician you will hire 0 to 3 years. Project is in starting phase. He needs to build it from the scratch. He needs to do the internal wiring from the scratch. Everything he has to do, the meter work is there. He has to get the meter wires from the grids. Everything he has to do it from the scratch. Now, will you hire this guy or this guy? మీరే హౌస్ కడుతున్నారంటే మీరు ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ వాళ్ళని హైర్ చేస్తారా స్టార్టింగ్ నుండి ఉన్నప్పుడు, లేదా జూనియర్ ని హైర్ చేస్తారా?
E plus. 3 plus.
3 plus. Why?
They know what things come.
Because it is very important that he needs to set up properly from scratch, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
So here this guy is the winner, correct? Now project is completed. Project is completed. Now you require someone to see the maintenance part of it. For example, ఎట్లాంటి మెయింటెనెన్స్ బల్బ్ పోయిందనో, లేదు అంటే ఫ్యాన్స్ చేంజ్ చేయాలి, లేదంటే ఫ్యూజ్ పోయింది, ఎంసీబీస్ చేంజ్ చేయాలి, లైట్స్ చేంజ్ చేయాలి. ఇలాంటి వాళ్ళకి మీరు వీళ్ళని పెట్టుకుంటారా, తిన్ని పెట్టుకుంటారా? చిన్న
0
చిన్న
to
వర్క్స్.
3 years. 3 years.
0 to 3 years. Why did you take this decision? What made you to select this guy over here? What made you to select this guy over here?
Initially, it was in the starting stage. We have to build everything from the scratch.
Correct.
So
Agreed.
we had to
Agreed.
use,
Agreed. Why can't you continue the same person over here? That's my question.
uh, since it's just
Simple,
like
ample cost
small,
cutting.
yeah, cost cutting, yes.
Simple. Agree. It's a brutal truth. Are you guys agreed with me? Cost cutting.
Yes.
Yes,
Now,
yes.
same example, let's put it in the project. Who are your resources? Starting. Let's take the project is in starting. Let's take developers. You will hire, let's take 1,000 rupees per day you are paying. Here you are paying 5,000 rupees per day. But still you will go with this guy only. Agreed?
Yes.
Correct? Now project is completed. Whom will you keep? Obviously this guy. Why? Just support, right? What kind of issues clients might get? That user is not able to access, this he is not able to access, everything is not able to access. Correct? That server is
Yeah.
not working, this is not working, that is not working. Already the developer has knowledge. Correct? Some basic KT will be given on the project. Documentation is there. Then code based documentation will be maintained. So he can just refer to the documentation and fix those issues. Correct? Now, what this developer will go, he will simply move to famous in IT, bench. He'll move to bench. Correct? Agreed?
Yes.
Yes.
If he is having any other project, he will move to that project.
Yeah.
If he is not having any other project, he will got lay off.
Yeah.
Agreed? If project is there, where
Yes.
companies will get money? Projects. If project is there, let's take they are getting $10,000 in a month, for example, for a project. Out of that, they are keeping 5,000 to $6,000 they are spending on the team. Remaining 4,000 is company's profit. If they don't have projects, why they will pay money for their from their pocket? If they are new project, if they are not getting any new requirements from the client, why they will keep paying money? You're getting my point? So
Yes.
whom they will remove? This person anyway, there is no new projects for us, no new requirement for us. Let's lay off him. They will lay off. Why? Cost cutting. Companies should show their balance sheets, right? Profitable. Then only investors will keep the money. Guys, understand the cycle. Lot of people will ask me, if I do the course, I'll get a job. Correct? Agreed? Yes, you will get it, but you should also understand the scenario of market. Okay, you will be calls are there. You can see 2 days back also they have posted 3 days ago. Calls are there. It is not about the calls. You should also understand the market situation. How is it? Okay, we have to be ready. Market will be picked up at any point of time. Market calls are there, will be there at any point of time. It is us. We should be ready. What happens when market is at peak? People will come to training. Then once they started training, market will be dropped. When again market is not there, no one will think of joining anything. I mean, no one will take up be I mean, they will not be ready with the skills. So what I'm saying, you should be always ready with the skills, then only you can expect results. So as let's come back to the example, cost cutting. Now here in our example, we have fired electrician, we have changed the electrician, but did we change the contractor?
No.
No, here contractor is your business analyst. Why we cannot change the contractor? Because he knows in and out. Where is the wire? Where is the main connection? Where is the loop connection? Where from where to where everything went and all. Similarly, business analyst also. Whether the project is in support phase, whether the project is in development phase, whether the project is in any phase, business analyst remains same because he knows in and out of the project. Until and unless the business analyst wants to change to some other company, no one gonna remove him. Because let's take, I worked as a business analyst. I worked for a client called Icano. Or let's take, there is a client called Icano. You know about IKEA, right?
Yeah.
IKEA, the parent company of
Yes.
IKEA is Icano. Okay. So where we have built a PW application for 5 countries. I work with for 5 countries. One is Mexico, then Thailand, Singapore, Malaysia, and then for Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand, and there was one country, then Mexico. So total 5 countries, Philippines. So total 5 countries. I was the business analyst comes Scrum Master. Okay. So now what happens? Everything from scratch, I have got the requirements and all. When I moved out of the organizations, they have approached me for any doubts or anything. I'm just telling you. And if I say that I have moved like this and all, then they might also shift, right? Because they are used to it. Those clients are used to me. Correct? I used to connect to the director level itself. So that is what business analyst has impact in the projects. Without business analyst, no projects. Without business analyst, without documenting the requirements, without capturing the requirements, there is no project. There's no software to be built. You are getting my point? Now, tell me, everything is getting digitalized. You take it from morning once you get up till night. Everything there is an application. Compare between 2020 to now, how many applications were introduced? Now all these apps, without BA, can they build? Are they building without business analyst?
No.
No. So now I guess you have the answer. Why BA? How important is the role of business analyst? Does it make sense? You got some clarity, right? Get it? You got it clear? So
Yeah.
business analyst role is a very important role as a consultant or into IT, or as a subject matter experts. It is very important role. So once business analyst you have worked for a couple of years, you can try for Scrum Master, you can go for product owner or product project manager. If depends on your interest, depends on your skill set. Got it? Is it clear? Now let's
Yes.
come back. Now understand one thing. I wanted to just close it. So now how our sessions will go. Okay. So sessions will happen. Initial 1 or 2 days, 2 or 3 days, we will focus on BA, BA module. Then QA module also I'll start parallelly. If BA module, we will keep it from morning, from Monday mornings. QA module, we'll keep it in the evening. From Wednesday or Thursday, we'll start QA module also. Okay. Then we will have SQL module. Then we will have Power BI. These are the 4 modules which we're going to cover from Monday. We will start. Now, after every session, it is your responsibility to share MOM, minutes of meeting. Okay. After every session, you have to share minutes of meeting starting from Monday. Today you ignore. I'll tell you how you need to draft the MOMs, what is the format you need to have, everything we will discuss there. After every session, we'll start. Now, also, there is something called assignments tracker where I track all your assignments. I'll start giving you assignments from Monday where I keep a track of your assignments. For example, you can see what is it, what is the status of it, everything. I'll just keep a track of it. So you need to complete it and you need to update to me so that your status will be updated over here. So this is very important. Okay. You need to assessments, you need to do or assignments on time. And something which I do is your interview notes. So from day one, you start preparing your interview notes. So which question you will get in your L1, which question you will get in your L2. Okay. So we clearly capture it. Okay, see for example. So how, which, where you get L1 question, L2 question, everything I'll discuss in the class. Then you have to clearly capture in your own language. So before interview, you can just go through it. So interview notes is very important, and assignments are very important. You need to complete all the assignments on time. You will get plenty of assignment, guys. I'm telling you, because if you want to switch your career or get into a role, you need to give your hard work. It's not something you have just joined the sessions, classes are going, I'm just listening to it, and it cannot be like that. Then each and every session you need to go through it twice. There is something called session tracker, which I will share it to you individually, that you need to keep updating whether you have completed two times listening to the session or not. And then assignments. So this is how we're gonna do it. Now, after 15 to 20 days, if I'll have a review session with you, individual review. Okay. So once I see your individual review, post that if I feel that you are good at least, then we will go with resume preparations. Okay. Then your interview schedules and all, we can discuss all those plans. So this is how we're gonna start from Monday. So first two sessions are basics to make you understand, to keep your expectations, to make sure what you will be doing it and all. So from Monday we're gonna start from scratch, and then we will be slowly increasing our pace. So next week we'll also start with QA module. So if BA module, I'll keep it in morning. QA module, I'll keep it in evening. Something like that. I'll plan my schedule and I'll share it to you. Okay. Is it clear?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Okay. So that's it. That's it for today. So what we will do, we will use a lot of AI tools also, so that your work will also become faster. You'll also get hands-on experience. I'll also give you a lot of documentation to do, project works to do. You will be doing all those things. So that's why you can see a lot of assessments are there, assignments are there, so that you'll be getting hands-on experience. Okay. Not only theory, guys, not only just telling, it should be from both the sides. You also should need to start, working on the things which I've told you. I gave you some work. Let's take, I've asked you to research about one web application. You also need to research about some other web application, so that, you will be getting more and more knowledge and you'll be more comfortable. Am I clear? Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's it from my side. Do you have any queries?